Oh, no way. That's a beehive. That's old, man. Really? You're gonna throw that out? It's in a garbage bag. Oh, hey everybody. Like my Volkswagen? Thanks for coming back. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate you being here. I hope you find some videos that you really like. There's about 55 of them to date of me uncovering all kinds of cool and wacky stuff. This format in today's video is going to be just a little bit different. It was an online auction, which I don't usually go to estate sales through an online event because it takes 3 days. It takes a day to drive 100 miles to see the stuff. It takes a 4 to 6 hour portion of the day to sit on the computer and try outbidding everybody to own the stuff, and then the third day to go and retrieve it. So I prefer to the single day method where you just go there, you see it, you bid, you buy, you put it in the truck, and you come home. So the first portion of this, maybe the first 5 or 6 minutes, is just going to be snapshots of what was in the catalog. So you're going to be seeing the exact same photos that I saw that I used that information to do all my bidding on. And then as soon as we're done with the photos, then we just break into it normally where it's a video of me bringing the stuff back here and showing you what I got and going through the whole reveal process. So buckle up, thanks for being here, and let's get at it. So everything you see in the frame is what the lot is. Same here, everything on the shelf, on the wall. It's a very different setup that you're seeing here from what I typically do. Hey you guys, thanks for tuning in. This was an online auction, one of the first attempts from one of the people that I typically buy from. So what this guy did is he kind of built like a little town in his backyard, out in the absolute middle of nowhere. And on the side of his barn, and he had a store with a fake store facade on it with all these signs on it. Car stuff, boat stuff, motorcycle stuff. See all those signs, I bought all those signs on that upper part there. So instead of the typical preview where I walk through and show you guys the stuff that I'm interested in, or the stuff that's available for sale, this is the preview, because you're seeing what I got to see before I went ahead and bought it. And again, like that whole shelf there, there were rat rods, there were cars along the side of the building. That's an old Hudson there. You can see like this makeshift gas station he had in the back. Tons and tons of signs, all different tin signs, metal signs, porcelain signs, wood signs, old Coleman lanterns, just all kinds of cool stuff. A lot of stuff that's in my wheelhouse. On the cars, I really wish I had paid more attention to the cars. I thought the cars were going to go for some ridiculous sum of money. Turns out the cars were really good buys. They were incredibly good buys. I just kind of dismissed them as something that was going to be just too much money to buy, because they often do just go more than retail at these estate auctions. This guy had passed away, and this is his collection from many years. That's a Morris Minor right there, and it turns out it's a gasser. I didn't even look at it. I'm so mad at myself that I didn't take a harder look at that stuff. But when we went there on pickup day is the day you go there to collect all the stuff you bought. They made us take all of our own signs off the side of the building, and they only had 4 hours to collect all of your stuff and get it out of there. And as usual, my truck was limping down the road when I left there. I had so much stuff that I bought. Yeah, he had really cool stuff inside, out, all over the place. Yeah, I just I wish I would have bought more. It was one of those places, but when you're looking at these little thumbnails online, you just really have no idea till you get there how this is going to go. Anyway, what you will see live is the reveal of what I got. what I ended up buying when I came back home. I went heavy on signs because signs are good for me. They're good inventory. They're easy to ship. They're loved by many people. So it was just just good items for me to get. So here we go. I've been buying from these people since the 80s, and they just now are making, in addition to their live auctions, they're having online sales. So this is maybe only their, I'm gonna guess, third or fourth online sale, fifth online sale. And they kind of walk into a corner and say, okay, this corner is yours, that's the lot. And then everybody bids on the corner. Or like in the case of the facade, you saw the building with the facade with all the big signs on it. I was bidding on everything that was attached to that facade. This piece was on it. And the picture, in order for them to fit the whole facade into the frame of the camera, this is about that big, you know? And I didn't get there until I pulled it down. I had no idea of the condition. It's porcelain. I looked it up. It's 1950s Champion spark plug. I see one on eBay right now for $1,200. I couldn't hardly believe it. Doesn't mean he's going to get it, but I mean that's what he's asking for. So it's certainly worth the money I paid for it. And it's in pretty righteous condition. His is creased right here, like somebody tried to bend it to get it off the nail that was on there. Mine's pretty straight. It's got a little bend there, but nothing's chipped or cracked off yet. And, you know, if I hit that with my buffer, that thing would shine like new, I promise you. It would shine like that. So, yeah, wow, what a great score. It goes a little downhill from there. Like this is bolted up right next to it. And you can see from the nail holes how red this used to be. The nail heads where it was on there. And it's repop. It's just a painted Indian motorcycle sign. Still like it, but I mean it's not, doesn't have that kind of value. This is just your basic bar display JD issue bar advertisement. Oh, these are usually dated. 2002. Yeah, it's not old. I bought a whole wall of license plates. I think there were 22. 1967. Some of them are not remarkable. 86. 87. I kind of like that it's out of state. I kind of like the Michigan. It's kind of cool. Virginia. I don't know. 2 of them. 3 of them. Interesting. Somebody will buy it because it's a big buzzer in it. California. It's interesting. Another one. Arizona, 61. Grand Canyon State. 70 South Dakota. Dual purpose vehicle. I don't know. Old 1970 Wisconsin dealer plate. Somebody's going to pay crazy money for that. Crazy money for that. How interesting is that? 1933. This is a specialty plate. I'd have to look it up for what it might be for a semi-truck. I don't know what his Z configuration is. I gotta look that up. I know I've seen it before, I just can't remember. And look how minty that 78 is. It's just perfect, right? I mean, you can see how dirty everything is. It's just, the place is just nothing but spider web. 1959 Arizona. Nice and crispy. 74 Wisconsin. Oh, there's another one of those. I got 2 of those Z plates. 1970 Iowa. And look at the other truck plate is just as clean. It doesn't, I think there's like 2 bugs on it, 3 bugs. And maybe they just got the truck and just drove it off a cliff and the plates lived through it. Who knows? Nice score. So I'm going to be all over the place from where some of this stuff came. There was a wall that had two of these really old-time Coleman-type lanterns. I'm not sure that that's actually Coleman. Good deal. Oh, you know what it is? It says, did I just kick it? Great. It says Coleman number 132A. Sometime. I'm not seeing the date. I know on a lot of them, here it is. They put them on here. U.S. patent, May 13th, 1919. I don't know if you can see that or not. So, and it's got a little bend to it here. I think and this obviously is bent. This is a threaded part that, here I've got one of the same similar vintage. And it's like this. So this would be just a hang. It's just a threaded loop, so you can hang the original. And unlike these, this is turned wood. Interesting. So there was a whole wall of stuff. There's another one that I bought that I'm assuming it's in one of these other boxes that we're about to get to. But these are all, this style are all really super early. I don't know if people didn't catch on what the deal was, but these two I bought in the same lot for $2 for both of them. I'm like, what are you people kidding me? Yeah, this one's incomplete. It's missing the threaded rod thing, and you can use them with or without shade. It doesn't have to have a shade. But, it's got writing on it. I doubt it looks like it's got a lot of dirt packed in there. But it's going to be the same vintage as this. It's going to be about. If it's not teens, it's 20s. And same with this. And this is the thing that the shade snaps onto. The shades just slide over that. So this is another shade style. And even something incomplete like this, it's still $75 on eBay. Part of the thing was when I got there, you saw those signs there. All the signs and there was a lot of them. I'm going to try to get through this as quick as I can for you guys. They were all nailed up. And on that facade, it was 15 feet or something there. So I had this huge ladder. I brought my tripod. I was going to film the whole thing. But the pickup was 4 hours. And there was thousands of things that got sold. So I set up the video camera. People are bashing into it, and one guy almost backed into it with his car, and I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. But it would have been an entertaining video watching me get a 200-pound sign that was almost 20 feet in the air by myself on a day with a 25-mile-an-hour wind. I think those days they should be safely behind me at this point, but apparently I'm still, I don't know why I'm doing this. So when you bought the whole corner inside this little fake store he had, obviously I could have kept it or I could have just left it there, but this is a weird, crazy lamp. I've never seen anything like it before. A figural, and it's not broke. I mean, this is just unscrewed. That just needs to be somehow the bottom's open. I can feel it. Wire's bare there anyway. But, oh yeah, no problem. But, I don't know, maybe it's worth something. You know, when you see something you've never touched before, and you already paid for it, bring it home. Just like, here's another thing I did that was really, and you can decide how goofy this was. This was in the corner. It was the guy's garbage can. There's garbage in here. I took the garbage home even. I mean, it took me all of the 4 hours just to get all this stuff in the truck. So I haven't gone through any of this yet. I'm hoping that it's like an old-time car light switch or windshield wiper switch. And there's stuff in here, but the can I wanted because it's an old Standard Oil can. Anyway, also there was Black Bear Beverage, whatever that is. That's old. It's got to be 3/8 of an inch thick. This really funky, weird, gun-shaped vodka bottle. Remember, this was already paid for in a lot. And of course, I'm going to take these really old flask-type bottles here. What does it say? Old? Oh, old Quaker. Got all the boogers and stuff hanging off of it from the... What is that? Oh, let's not touch it too much. And, well, there was a carved wooden elephant in the car. I was like, well, somebody's going to want it, you know. But this was another thing that was a real surprise. And I buy these on purpose all the time. So to get one that was in there accidentally. It's a really cool old thermometer. In working condition, it says it's 55 degrees in here, which feels about right. Don Sport and Camera Shop. It's even got good subject matter. And that's old as Z Hills. Love it. I was just going to walk away with this, and I thought, well, I wonder if I should just lift this up. It's all full of car stuff in there, but I don't know. There's a janky Wisconsin. It's like 1970. Mobile home. Well, that's weird. They had mobile homes in 1970? I suppose they probably did. Oh, that's a... That looks like a... Oh, never mind. I thought that was for a light bulb. I thought that was one of those shadow-proof cages. Okay, I'm seeing something else in there. Probably garbage. Well, this is not garbage. Somebody will buy that. That strikes me as garbage. Okay. There's really old. Look at that. And these old ones, a lot of times they dated these. It's a Duray. I wonder what that's off of. You can see the screw holes where the flange just went onto something externally. Oh, no way! That's a beehive. That's old, man. Really? You're gonna throw that out? It's in a garbage bag. Dude, there's more of it in here. No freaking way, man. Wow, it's got like lucite or something all over it. And there's red ones, or there's two. One, I say red ones, I can see a red one. The other one's upside down still. Duray also, so these somehow. No freaking way, man. That's a great day. Wow, am I glad. Now I want to see what's in this box. Just a bunch of crap in there. Let's throw out the stuff we don't want. I don't want that. I don't want that. I know people collect those. I don't care because they end up leaking all over the place. That's a vintage angle finder. Look at that, that's brass. Still pretty free. Use a little love. Can't see throwing that out. I don't want that. I guess I don't want the wiper switch. I might keep the vintage chisels. You can see two of them that match. Doesn't matter how old they are. You need to beat on something and figure it out. Nothing wrong with that. Garbage. Oh, look at that. We have a set or what? Got a little, I'm just wiping the boogers out. It's got a little orange left on it. We'll call that a set. I'm really glad I looked inside the garbage bag because I almost was just going to dump it into the garbage can. So we got a few tools and a license plate and really some awesome lenses. When was the last time you had a chance to buy a really old Oldsmobile dash? Got the speedometer, odometer, well, most of the oil pressure gauge it looks like. No, that's an amp gauge. Missing a few components, but it's pretty much all there. I mean, you could sand this down and do something with it, you know? Do you have one? You know, most people don't, I'm thinking. It wasn't a lot of a bunch of things, but I found it cool. Crumbless generator and regulator tester. Again, it was in a lot of stuff in that one lot that was in the corner. This place was so unbelievable. The guy had so much stuff, little buildings he'd set up. Some kind of, oh, you know what? It's a tach, and then it's got an hours meter built inside. It's another cool old beehive light. No idea what it's off of. Sometimes they have the dates on these. I'm not saying that. Oh wait. It says guide. R1-60. Well, the 60 could be 1960, I suppose. Pontiac 8. Love it. Love it, love it. This whole box came in one go. This is a lot. All kinds and widths of little, like look, that's a detail plane, right? Really great old wood antique planes. Look at that. That's awesome. Good box. And that kind of stuff sells like, it's a no-brainer to buy those. They always sell. See, here's that other Coleman. Has the machine bracket. Patented May 18th, 1919. Right there. So, I mean, that's a patent date, but I mean, it's within those years. Bottom's not gone. Good deal. Good deal. That's a winner. Ceramic whistle end on it. Solid copper. Brass bell with no clapper. Gun cleaning stuff. Model T can, rotted out. No good. Amco air-cooled super coil. Whoa. I have never seen one of those, I don't think, before. So we're going to look into that before we make any decisions. Oh, this was all on a pallet. Look at all these really good vintage bow lights. Yeah, red for port, kind of a bluey green for starboard. Some of these, like these old Atwaters, I mean, they can really bring a lot of money. especially if they have the glass lenses. Clearly these do, because when they chip, see how they break like that? Plastic doesn't break like that. Plastic just falls apart. So that's a goodie. This is glass. See the chips out of it right there? Plastic doesn't do that. Oh, that one's cracked. Definitely glass. Look at that. That's how you turned it on back in the day. Crazy, right? Good inventory. Had these, types of things for inventory before, and they've done them really, really well. Usually these holes that are in the top here are for flags. Set in there. This was on that one wall that I bought. It's a radiator hose rack. And people buy these too, and they just use them for coat racks, and they hang other stuff off of them. And I was hoping a few of them would be the real deal. That's porcelain sign. Porcelain sign, you can, because they'll do one color at a time. And then they put it in, they cook it. And then they put the next color on and they cook it. And it kind of melts in, but you can feel the different heights. It's kind of stair-stepped. And just the thickness and the weight, you can just tell. So I was pretty happy to get that and that champion sign. These are repop. They're cute. Nothing, no great shakes. There was a couple of them in here too that I hoped. Okay, they had this whole lot banded together. And I never checked these out. I just grabbed them and threw them in the truck and just climbing on those walls. I just had to get all that stuff. I was hoping that one might be real. I couldn't tell from the picture. Not real. Not real. Brand new in the plastic, in fact. BSA. Remember when we used to sell BSAs? I used to manage a motorcycle dealership back in the day. And these were in a lot, and I kind of hoped this one was real. It's not. Hard to tell from a little itty bitty tiny thumbnail. But again, I'm not in for a lot of money. This I hoped was real. It is not. And what made me think it might be, obviously from the stuff, they got these all tied together, so it's real ceramic or porcelain signs back in the day had these rivets put in them. Reason being is because if you just crank it down to a wall, it chips, and then wherever it chips, it's down to bare metal and they start to rust. So the idea was that the rivet would take the abuse instead of the porcelain. So when I saw that in the picture and it looked pretty janky, well, I'll roll the dice. I don't think this pile of 4 signs was maybe $15 or something. It wasn't enough where I'm disappointed. And that's cool. I like that. So yeah, the guy had a lot of repop, but there was some really good stuff in there too. And, you can't win if you don't play. So this is real. That's real old time. That's supposed to be like Black Ford. It's beat to death. It's also in Spanish, which I thought was kind of unusual. That's not repop. And that is repop. This is real, but it's incomplete. And it's still got where the screws on it, where the guy had it screwed to the wall. Take those out. I scratched something up with this. Nicely weathered. I will find a thermometer and put it back in there, like I always do. And I kind of like the Pepsi ones over the Coke. Coke is done to death. Pepsi's more rare. It just didn't have as many. And that's good size. I'd say that's probably 2 feet. So that's a winner. This was a winner. This was on that wall too. This bolted onto the wall. Which way did it go? I think it went this way. And you returned your bottles, you know, and they're around here somewhere. There were a bunch of like old, oh, I think it's in the, I can see it in the bottom of that tote. There's like old knee highs and stuff that he had in there. So yeah, I thought that was real unusual to find that. I don't have one. This was bolted on the wall. I'm pretty sure this is a Studebaker girl. It's like in great shape. First I thought it was bent, and I was like, oh no, that's where they... You know what too? Look at all the mounting points on the back. They're all there. You could just shine this, put a shine on it, put it right back into service. What does that say? I'm guessing it's Studebaker. It strikes me as Studebaker. I'll have to look it up. Killer find though. Killer. Love it. In that same lot were all these old toy guns. Is that a BB gun or a pop gun? It's a pop gun. It's not broken. I think it's just loose and that screw is gone. Oh, maybe it is broke. This has a... This stinks of Daisy. It's Daisy for sure. Stocks broke off. It's the exact same thing as this. Another pop gun. Daisy. I don't think they're BB guns because... maybe. Nah, that looks like the kind you'd stuff a cork in. Oh, wait. And what else? That's actually a bar, 1991. This one. I thought this one was cool to get. And I hoped it was porcelain too, because it's one of these 3D ones. Can you see along there how it's all the bottles are raised and the crate is raised? But it's not. That sucks. And then I got this thermometer, minus the thermometer, but it was nailed up on the wall right next to that. And man, anything automotive, gas, oil, that's a winner. That was an old cast iron boot jack. You get your boots off. No name brand. I think it's the other piece of this gun that's missing. Yeah, I feel like having a little gluing up project there. The Coronado Model 44 fan, sold by Gamble's. Probably clean up pretty good. I'll wager it still works too. 1950s or so, 60s ashtray. Capacitor analyzer. Who knows? Somebody out there's going to go, oh, I've been looking for that. I'm like, well, if you can afford the freight on that, it weighs like 15 pounds. You should buy it. I have no idea where this piece of, oh, I know. There was something printed on there, wasn't there? Sun-kissed oranges. And that's it from there. I did get some soda crates here that I've never seen. Anyway, here's the bottle. Seymour Beverages. There's a whole case. It's just that two of them are a different color. Seymour, Wisconsin. I've never seen those before. I'll have to look into it. I don't know anything about them. But the whole case, it says Seymour, Wisconsin on there. And then there's 2 Coke crates in the bottom. So that's it for this part. Now we're going mobile. And then I got this nice locking case that I'm hoping I can just put all my tools in when I go to Florida instead of having like 50 loose tools rattling around in the back of the truck. I can just lock this up and chain it into the back of the pickup truck box. It's locked at the moment, but I gotta get those locks off. But I think I paid 45 or 50 bucks for it. That's a great score right there. Love it. So that I got the Pine Creek store sign. It's got a little chunk out of the corner in the bottom, but not where you would see it. The flange that would hold that onto whatever would cover that completely up. And that's about 4 feet by 4 feet. So I'll try to hold still here. The Royal Crown Knee-High Beverages sign. Again, that's porcelain. It's embossed. You can see that on the back. You can see where it's stamped, right? So there's that one. The restaurant and bar 4 miles sign. Tin. That's a little janked from the wind getting in behind it. It's just a tin sign. Hand painted, of course, like all old signs are. I already went outside and washed all these. This thing's a beast. So there's 4 giant planks. This thing's 8 feet long. This is ready rod that they put that go all the way through it. I didn't know until I pulled it off that it was 2-sided. But it's just cool. I really like it. Oh my God, I don't know how I'm gonna get all this. See if we can lean this up against these saddles. So that's the Pine Lake store sign. And then the Captain Hook gas sign is 2-piece. And there's this framework I took apart just so I could handle it. Let's see if I can walk around the other side of this. They're all upside down, of course. It just makes it so much more pleasant to look at. Anyway, the Northern Outpost sign, I don't know who Munz is, the Munzes that owned it, but I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut the sign, and it's just going to say Northern Outpost when I'm done with it. I did that to my to a parking sign I had this summer. And then this one's really cool. It's upside down again, sorry. It says Dean's Lake Forest Resort. And it's pretty rotten here. It's really janky at the end. So I'm just gonna draw a line across it and cut it back to solid wood. The top and the sides are fine. Let me show you the other side real quick. Can you see that? It's a Zunker sign. Guy's kind of famous up here. Kind of an artist. But yeah, it's just undeniably cool. And I didn't know till I pulled this one off the wall that it was 2-sided. But I like the other side better. By the way, that's probably 60s, that helmet. I was looking inside to see a name brand, but it's so crunchy. I'm afraid if I bend it too much, the whole thing's just going to break in half. I'll have to do a little investigating on that. Well, if you made it this far, congratulations. You haven't gone and hung yourself or anything like that. It's a long one. And that is really a fun place to go and when you get an auction like that. Well, thanks for sticking with me on this one. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.